guys, just got home from my first session for the morning, so I'm going to make my meal for the next session. Sometimes I change this meal. A lot of times I eat chicken and potatoes, super boring, but I love it. I know it doesn't make me sick between workouts. If I'm extra hungry, sometimes I add oatmeal. Right now, I think I am just gonna have chicken and potatoes, see how I feel. If I'm still hungry, maybe have some oats as well, but I'll show you guys around my kitchen and show you how I prep my food. Welcome to my kitchen. It's really big. I know everyone's gonna ask, so I'll address it. Yes, I eat Reese's Puffs. They're delicious. I don't eat them year round. Most of the time this time of year, my carbs are super high this type of training, so at night I just want cereal and I mix it up with my favorite, which is Reese's Puffs. My husband likes, what do you like, Cinnamon Toast Crunch best? Yeah. Yeah, we fight over that, but I think Reese's Puffs are way better. This is Teddy. He's a monster. Ignore him. So I actually just went to the grocery store this morning, so I'm really proud, Ted, stop, of how stocked the fridge is. Look at this beauty. Not much more things in life that make me satisfied than a full fridge. I need to do some prepping, but just basic stuff. Like, we always have a huge thing of rice, huge thing of potatoes, and then like 2 types of meat prepped for the full week, and then we kind of add whatever we want to it, but usually it's chicken and some sort of beef, and we just kind of alternate meals. So right now I made a bunch of potatoes at the beginning of the week, so I'm gonna have potatoes. And this is really funny. I actually hid this chicken in the back of the fridge because I knew my husband was gonna come in and pack his lunch for work. And he has a tendency to hog all the meat, and then I come home from my workouts and I have no meat, so I hid this in the back. So some people don't really eat breakfast. I am a huge breakfast eater, so I actually prefer to eat majority of my calories at the beginning of the day, and then I go and train for 3 to 4 hours, come home around lunchtime. I'm not typically hungry by the time I come home because I ate such a big breakfast. I was sweating and working out for so long that I'm still not really in the mood to eat, but I know I need to. So I keep that lunchtime. It's usually like between 12 and 1 o'clock where I eat that second meal, probably about half the size of my breakfast and in my evening meals. And I keep it mostly just carbs and protein, not much fat. So it's just quick energy for my workouts. And in the evening when I come back, I eat a much bigger meal again like I do in the morning. That's how I prefer to do it. I prefer to just keep the big bulk of my food beginning and end of the day and a small lunch in between. So putting a little bit of salt in my water. It's like 90 degrees outside, and I have learned that I'm a very salty sweater. So if I don't replenish the salt, because I don't cook with a ton of salt, I don't eat a ton of salt. I've tried to learn to salt things more, but I lose a ton of salt when I sweat, so I've learned that I pretty much throughout the day need to put just a dash of salt in all my water. When it's hot like this, it really helps me recover. And I talked to one of my friends, Michelle Fumagalli, who's a dietitian, and she said, "Are you a salty sweater?" And I said, "I don't know how you know that." And she was like, "Do you like have a lot of like dried salt on you after you sweat?" And I was like, "Oh my gosh, I do." So apparently if you're one of those people, you need to salt your food a little bit. I mean, I'm talking like people that work out as much as me. Normal person, not sure. Because it's a fine line, you definitely can take in too much salt, but since I know, I mean, I pretty much control everything I eat, I know that I don't eat a ton of salt, so adding a little bit to my drinks has definitely helped. So I am one of those people that pretty anal and like to lug my food year round. There's definitely times a year where I'm way more strict than others, but this time of year I'm pretty much weighing everything. Want to make sure I'm eating enough, recovering well. I'm eating a ton of food right now, so want to make sure I'm getting all of it in. Being a larger athlete, I do have to be careful that I don't eat too much because I can't afford to gain weight. But these potatoes, they look kind of rough. I did cook them in the air fryer a few days ago. I prefer to make them fresh, but I have learned when I come home from working out and I'm super hungry and exhausted, the last thing I want to do is cook food. So if I just have it ready, I make better decisions, and I know that I'm getting good food in as opposed to me just choosing to eat a bowl of cereal or something because I don't feel like cooking. And then I'm just gonna add some chicken here. I just season my food a lot. That's what makes it exciting. Because I do pretty much eat the same food year round, like chicken and potatoes for lunch, rice and beef for dinner, and then the only thing I change is like what I put on it. So I buy a bunch of fancy seasonings. Recently, I'm loving like, this is a local place by my parents' house, but called Bearded Butchers. Such good seasonings. Just put this all over your chicken and your meat. Makes it good. Adds the salt, which I was talking about, so that helps. And then it just, you know, without adding a ton of calories, makes your food taste good. And then what else I'm gonna put on this once it's done? Recently, a little bit of buffalo sauce, and this is a yogurt ranch, so it's like a little bit less fat than, actually a lot less fat than normal ranch. It's only 3 grams of fat for 30 grams on here, so it's quite the deal, which I think normal ranch is probably like 15 grams of fat for a serving. So if you're just starting to track food or just trying to eat healthier, my best advice is just find some staple items that you really like. So find a good protein source, a good carb source, and a good fat source. Give yourself 2 options of each to kind of give you like a lunch and a dinner for the full week. And then you can kind of make breakfast on the fly, but then if you have a good idea for lunch and dinner, whether that's gonna be sweet potatoes and chicken, and then dinner is gonna be beef and rice, or vice versa, it just makes it super easy to plan out your week, and then you can just add vegetables to all of those meals. Breakfast, in my opinion, is the easiest meal of the week, like eggs or oatmeal or cereal, bagels, whatever. It's Greek yogurt, something like that is always super easy to plan on the fly. So just making sure you have those bulk items of the good quality food available and ready, so you don't have to scramble and make bad choices at the last minute, and then just adding veggies in. I don't have any veggies in this meal. This time of year, I actually eat less vegetables just because I'm eating so much food and I'm training so much that I just don't have room to get, you know, 800 grams of vegetables in. I do eat fruit and vegetables. I had vegetables in my omelet this morning, but not eating vegetables every single time I eat, just because I'm trying to just get calories in for performance at this time. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see more videos about what I eat and macro breakdowns, let me know in the comments and we'll try to give you more content on that. But hope you enjoyed this one. Make sure you like and subscribe and stay tuned for more videos coming soon.